I got that California.
What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 7 battle for the ICBA. Today we're facing off against the commissioner of the league, Mr. Johnny GB himself. And I'm pretty excited for this game because it's our first time playing Johnny, I believe. I don't think we've ever gotten a chance to play before. So I'm really excited for this. And he may not have the best record, but his team is still super scary. He, I believe, was the Season 3 champion. And yeah, he's a champion for a reason, and he has the Dawn Wings, which he had back then as well. So very, very scary. But let's go ahead and get into the team here. I don't have much time, and this is a showdown game, unfortunately. Next week will also be a showdown game, which really sucks, but it's just the way it had to be, time constraints and whatnot. So yeah, but we'll get into this right now. So to start off, we have a team of Protean Greninja with Z-moves, Mega Gallade, Zapdos, Salamander Z-moves, Sylveon, Donphan, Salazzle, Lycanroc Day, Mismagius, Klinklang, and Lantern. While our opponent has a team of Dawn Wings Necrozma with Z-moves, Excadrill, Mega Altaria, Rotom Wash, Incineroar, Roserade, Tornadus Eye with Z-moves, Cryogonal, Gigalith, Golisopod, and Kecleon. Now, I'm not surprised that the Kecleon showed up. It's a very useful mon to check my specially offensive Greninja, which is why I'm running a physically offensive Greninja this week. It also gets like good priority and stuff that's super effective on my Gallade, which is kind of understandable, but I'm kind of confused why he didn't bring the Excadrill or the Sand or even the Mega Altaria, because that's a pretty scary mon for me to deal with. I have to bring my my Klinklang pretty much solely for that. I do want to say a huge thank you to Josh, though, Ultra Player. He was able to step in and help me build this team while I was, well, really busy that week. So yeah, this team is his idea, and honestly, it's a really awesome team. So I don't really have as much in depth as I could, but it's a really strong team, I think, and he took some of my ideas for the build and really went to town with them. So thank you, man. I really appreciate the help. So to start off, we have Drew, our Greninja, with the Waterium Z. We are running Night Slash, Gunk Shot, Waterfall, and U-Turn. A physically offensive Greninja is really important here. I believe we have speed for I think, if I could be wrong, it might be the I'm pretty sure it's the Tornadus Eye. I think it's that, or it's for an Altaria. No, it's for Tornadus Eye, 100%. Yeah, Tornadus Eye, 100% done. Next up, though, we have our Klinklang here, which is a very interesting set. I really like it. It could be really useful if we play him again later, but I'll just go into it now. It is unlikely he makes playoffs, and it's kind of likely that we do, and even if we don't, it's not a big deal. But we are running a Leftovers Klinklang with Shift Gear, Gear Grind, Magnet Rise, and Return. So basically, this set beats an Excadrill 1v1, which is amazing. He has to basically set up with Swords Dance to outspeed me, or to do damage to me with Rock Slide or Iron Head, and we outspeed him all the time, so we can just go for a Magnet Rise and become immune to the ground-type moves. So very cool set here. It also is really good against stuff like that he brought, basically everything he brought except for the Incineroar and the Rotom. Everything else doesn't really appreciate taking a Gear Grind. Next up, though, we have an Assault Vest Sylveon as our answer to a specially offensive Mega Altaria and a Dawn Wings Necrozma, which is very scary. So we have Hyper Voice, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, and Quick Attack. I believe we have enough bulk to make sure we are never OHKO'd by a Excadrill's Iron Head after rocks, so that's very important as well. And yeah, basically this is meant to break and make sure the Necrozma sub and Multiscale are never broken. That's very important here. We then have Suffering our Zapdos with the Rocky Helmet, Thunder Wave, Volt Switch, Heat Wave, and Roost. Very good here. It can kind of wall most things he brought. The Dawn Wings is the only thing that really can touch it for a lot of damage. And I guess the Incineroar Flare Blitz, so that's that. Our next mon is going to be Texas Man, the Mega Gallade, with Swords Dance, Drain Punch, Shadow Sneak, and Ice Punch. Shadow Sneak is there because it's 4 times effective to the Dawn Wings Necrozma, so that's very nice to have. Swords Dance, of course, is going to bulk up our attacking stat, even though Swords Dance. Drain Punch is there to give us recovery against something like the Cryogonal, the Kecleon, the Incineroar, whatever it is, and Ice Punch is there for things like the Mega Altaria, which don't appreciate taking a +2 Ice Punch. We then have our final mon, which is going to be Ghost, the Lycanroc, which is Life Orb, Stone Edge, Accel Rock, Drill Run, and Stealth Rock. I was bidding Donphan here it was definitely between it and Donphan as an Excadrill check. This is good here because it has Sand Rush, so we'll outspeed the Excadrill under Sand. We'll be able to outspeed it and KO it with Drill Run, so that's very important. It's also our Rocker this week and gives us priority with the Accel Rock, and the Life Orb Stone Edge just does so much damage to his team. He has no resist, so it's going to be really strong here. So that's our team. Let's go ahead and get right into the battle. It is kind of a long one, so enjoy. So looking at his team, I'm thinking my best lead here is going to be my Lycanroc. I'm going to slow it down a bit as he leads with his Rotom, and thinking he's going to be a Scarf Rotom or he's just going to go for a Volt Switch here. I'm just going to go for my Stealth Rocks, I believe. Make sure I can break the sash of the Multiscale of the Necrozma, and he goes for the Volt Switch, revealing that he is Scarfed. I can go for my my Stealth Rocks, and had he gone for the Stone Edge there, I would be able to get rid of this thing early, which would have been great because it's a really big wall to my Klinklang. So I'm going to go and switch out now into my Zapdos here, as he's going to end up going for the Darkest Lariat here, which does nothing to me. I don't know why he didn't go for a knockoff if he had it, but I guess he's preventing from like bulk up boosts from my Mega Glade, I guess. Could be wrong. But he gets the static here, which is amazing. A 30% chance for it to happen is great. He goes to his Kecleon. I'm going to click the Roost here, get back up to full HP, and right here I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, and I'm going to kind of find out. It looks like he I guess could be Assault Vest, but I could be wrong there. I think he is, but I go into my Glade here, predicting the knockoff here, getting my Justified boost. Thankfully, he does go for the knockoff, turns to a Dark type, and we get our boost here as we're now +1, which is great because I can now go for an Ice Punch here. Now the reason I'm going to Mega Evolve an Ice Punch here instead of go for the Shadow Sneak or the Drain Punch is because I expect him to have Shadow Sneak, so he can go for the Shadow Sneak and get not KO necessarily, but really chip us down. If I go for Drain Punch and he goes into a Ghost type, then I lose my Glade for nothing, which I can't have happening. So I'm going to go for the Ice Punch here, Mega Evolve, as he is going to go indeed for that Shadow Sneak. So good play here. We were able to survive this hit just barely on 10% and go for the Ice Punch and get the KO. So we pick up a quick little kill here, which is nice, and he's now going to be able to go into his Scarf Rotom here, and I'm going to go into, I believe, my Zapdos here, yeah, my Zapdos to take the Volt Switch here, as thankfully he doesn't have rocks. He has nothing on his team that can set up rocks anymore, so Zapdos is super free here. Very important to make sure rocks stay off my side of the field. Thankfully they do. In comes the Cryogonal. This thing is for sure going to like freeze dry me or blizzard me, and I can't risk dying if it's an offensive set. He could also just go for the Rapid Spin, and I don't know what he's going to do, but I do know I have a really good answer to it in my Klinklang. So I'm going to go hard into my Klinklang at this point, and he can't really do anything to me, and I can basically set up a Shift Gear. I do have Clear Body, so I won't be affected by the Incineroar's Intimidate, and it really sucks we had no more rocks up. I should have kind of gone into my Lichen Rock, I guess, to make sure I can get up rocks again, but not the end of the world. Anyways, I'm going to go for the Gear Grind here. Kind of a misplay. I guess I should have just gone for the return because we're only at the +1, and this is only really useful if he gets paralyzed here because we're going to 2KO him with the return instead of OHKO him. So he's in range of the next one, and if he breaks through here, which he does, and Flibbits us, we're destroyed. So yeah, very unfortunate. We lose our Klinklang here, but it's not the end of the world. It would be nice to chip down the Rotom, but I can go to my Greninja here and click U-turn. It's a very free hit. He goes into his Rotom here. Now again, Rotom is a decent answer to Spidef, to especially offensive Greninja if he's specially defensive, but we're physically offensive. That is 35%. I will take that damage. In comes our Sylveon here, and this is a very important turn because I'm thinking he wants to go for the trick. I'm trying to bait him into going for the trick here, and I'm expecting him to do that. So I'm thinking he's going to go for the trick, and because of that, I'm going to switch out into my Glade here, expecting that, because if he does that, then I can go and just get a free Drain Punch against anything. I don't think he would go into the Necrozma, expecting me to go for the knockoff, potentially. So I think it's a really smart plan on my part to do that. I think he won't go for the Volt Switch. I think he knows that that this thing is a really good wall to his team. I think he wants to cripple it so he can set up on it all over with the Necrozma. So that's kind of my play here. Switch out, and hopefully he doesn't go for the Volt Switch here. Does he go for Volt Switch? Yeah. So it's a very, very big mistake because I could have brought this thing in on the Incineroar, on the Cryogonal. I could just gone for a Drain Punch and got back some health, but unfortunately I don't, and it's really costly here. So he's going to be able to switch out now into his Necrozma, and I'm going to go into my Sylveon here. I'm just going to go ahead and click the Shadow Ball. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball here as he ends up going for the Calm Mind. I'm fine with this. All I want to do is make sure that his scale is broken, and now that I see he's not leftovers, I think he's probably going to be the Culver Berry to deal with the Night Slash for my Greninja. So I kind of wish I had the Shadow Sneak on it, but not the end of the world. I get a special defense drop here. I'm going to speed this up because, oh my god, there's a long time this goes for. We actually end up getting, I think, in this exchange, we get 4 special defense drops out of his 5 Calm Minds. So yeah, he gets the +5 special attack and +1 Spidef. So, look, honestly, this is going to be a very interesting turn of events. So the fact I sped this up, you guys don't really matter. It's just me clicking Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball. And yeah, my whole point of this, again, like I said, is to make sure that he is not at max HP. That's all I care about. Do not get to max HP, make sure it's broken, because I can then go into my Lichen Rock, and depending on its spread, we can OHKO with the Stone Edge. We have to connect though. So that's my play here, just go for attack. He's at +4 right now. He's going to go for the Moonlight here. I believe he only has maybe 2 left. Yeah, so again, I'm just going to try and break his multi-skill, or whatever it's called, the Shadow Shield, and that's all I'm trying to do. That's it. So he's at 71% now here, and he's going to go for another Calm Mind, get the +5. I think he's going to go for one more Moonlight after this hits, and as we get another special defense drop, my god. And I'll be able to go for a Shadow Ball here, and because he's not at full, we're going to do a lot more damage to him, and now he's going to have to KO us here with the Moongeist Beam. So down goes our Sylveon. Doesn't matter that we're Assault Vest, it doesn't matter we're super specially defensive, it's still going to go down. Thankfully we do hit the Stone Edge here, because now he's in range 100% of my Greninja, and at this point, he's a 5-2. I don't think my Greninja, my Zapdos can handle this. I really don't. But it's okay. I go into my Greninja here. I'm going to give it a shot. I go for the Night Slash here. I don't know why he didn't save. I think he should have saved it, but I understand why he didn't, I guess, because the Zapdos and the Greninja both outspeed. But I go with Night Slash here. He goes into his Rotom, and I again have no choice. I have to stay in, and I have to take this hit. That's what I was thinking to myself, because he could be an offensive Cryogonal here, but I really don't know again. So I'm going to stay in. I'm going to go for, I believe, the U-turn here, if I'm not mistaken, as he's going to go hard into his Incineroar. Now, I'm okay with this, because I get the KO here. He's going to go into, I believe, his Cryogonal on my Zapdos here, as we get the KO. So Greninja picks up another KO, which is amazing, just put in the finest of work. In comes the Zapdos here. He goes into his Cryogonal, and yeah, I'm just going to go for the T-Wave here to slow it down, because he's going to outspeed me, and Freeze Dry is a 2 KO. So I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave, and now because we have Roost, and Roost gets rid of your flying typing, I can beat this thing 1v1 as long as he doesn't freeze me or crit me. So that's kind of my play here, beat this thing 1v1 with Heat Wave and Roost and whatnot. So he goes for the knockoff here. I'm fine with that. It's just a Rocky Helmet. It's not the end of the world. It's not really going to help here very much. So I'm going to go for the Heat Wave here, or the Roost rather, than the Heat Wave. And the reason I'm doing this, the Roost, is because I want to stay out of range of a second Freeze Dry. So as long as I get back to full, I can live 2 Freeze Dries, and I'm good. Thankfully, this thing doesn't have pressure, though. In comes the Roserade here, and this is perfect because I went for the Heat Wave here. So we get a 2k on the Roserade, which is amazing, as he's going to be able to go for, I think, just the Giga Drain here. Yeah, he goes for the Giga Drain. If he had Sleep Powder, that would have been very scary. We would have probably just lost right there because we wouldn't have anything to out this thing. But we do get the KO on this, and we have brought it back. It's now 2-2. He's got the Rotom, and he's got the Cryogonal left. I'm going to go for the Heat Wave on this thing, or the Roost rather first, again, then the Heat Wave. I don't want to get crit. I don't want anything to happen, so just fingers crossed something bad happens. I'm going to go for the Heat Wave here. He still has been paralyzed once, but his speed is lowered, and that's really important too. So Heat Wave comes out, does 40%-ish, and he can now go for the Freeze Dry again. Now, once again, I got to Roost up twice to make sure that I take two more hits. So that's my play. Roost up and Roost up. But in comes the Rotom. Now, this is where I make a big mistake. My play here is to calc how much does a Volt Switch, sorry, how much does a Thunderbolt do to me? Thunderbolt does like 35 to 41%-ish, from what I understand. So I need to make sure that I take those hits. My play here should have been to Roost up. That's my play. If you went for the trick, then okay, that's fine. My Greninja will outspeed you, and so will my Zapdos, and we'll be able to KO both of these things. So I'm fine here, even if he tricks me. But I make a dumb decision, and I decide to go for the Volt Switch. And now I'm in range of the second Thunderbolt, and I'm thinking to myself, I just choked. I had the game, and I choked. Because now I go into my Greninja, I don't have Water Shuriken, and even if I did, Water Shuriken wouldn't KO it. So I dropped the T-Bolt. Very, very unfortunate here. Now our only chance to win is if we get a lower roll than he got last time with the Thunderbolt. Now keep in mind, from what he showed me after, the rolls, or even if he's a timid one, like I kind of expect he was timid, he would not be able to KO me most of the time. It's in my favor to live this hit. I think it's like a 60% chance that I live this hit. So I'm hoping that I do. Let's see, do I live it? Yeah, we live it. We survive, and Zapdos can go for the Volt Switch and get the KO here. And at this point, I'm going to speed it up because basically the only way he can beat me is if he gets a crit with the Freeze Dry, or if he freezes me. And I can tell you right now, he does not get that. It's going to be a bit of gymnastics here to make sure I get the KO cleanly. So I have to Roost stall a little bit just to get back up to a point again where I can't be too KO'd. So I'm going to Roost up one more time here, Heat Wave, and then just like go for a game like that. And yeah, we are going to win this game 1-0. It's our 4th 1-0 in a row, which is insane. But yeah, I'm happy with how the game turned out. We did end up winning it. Of course, Gren did die, which kind of sucks. I wish it didn't, but it's not the end of the world. And he finally gets paralyzed. It's the first time he's been paralyzed. But I'm gonna go for the Heat Wave here, and yeah, that's it. We are gonna win this game 1-0. GG to Johnny. Finally, we get the chance to play him, and I'm really happy again with how the game turned out. We get back on the winning path. We are now 5 wins and 2 losses. We are guaranteed a neutral record, 100%, and that's awesome because I do want to make playoffs again. Yeah, I really like my team. I'm not that happy with the end mods towards it, but Greninja, Zapdos, Megalade putting in tons of work. Salamence been kind of like iffy, but we do play against another Piloswine, or the Piloswine, playing against the Mamoswine. We can play against Swinub next. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Salamence and how I've been working with it. But yeah, that's the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.